Okay, hello everyone. Hello everybody, my name is Jin, and sorry for lack of uploads. I said there will be a review a couple of weeks ago, a spoiler review, but yeah, that's going to be after these two. That's going to be maybe after this, because I wasn't happy with the first recording, so I'm re-recording that. I am going to review two movies this time. Okay, now let's talk about the first one, Detective Pikachu. Hello, Squirtle. What did you think of Detective Pikachu? Squirrel. You liked it. Okay, Squirtle likes it. Detective Pikachu is about Tim Goodman going to Rhyme City, and because he heard that his father, bad news about his father, but when he actually searches his apartment, Tim meets his father's Pokémon, which is a Pikachu, but for some bizarre reason, only he can understand the Pikachu. And after some time they were both convinced that Tim's father is still alive somewhere, and they're trying to solve the case. For me, this movie is just a fun movie, nothing more and nothing less. The world is actually quite cool to be in. It's it's our world, but with Pokemon in it. It's actually quite cool to see. It's actually quite cool. I actually like the world and the concepts of it. There's one scene where they try to catch a Pokemon, and there are some battle scenes, and I like to see more of that. It does show the potential of more, maybe, Pokemon movies. Another thing that I like is definitely Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is definitely the best part of this entire movie. He actually does carry the movie a lot, and I like it. Usually it would have been more boring, but if it weren't for Ryan Reynolds' quips, I'm sure this would be much worse. However, I want to say another thing, the CGI, for me, I personally liked it. And then for some, they are fine with it, except for some CGI, and for some, they don't really like the CGI. But for me, I actually enjoyed. But for me, I really liked. Not really like. I thought the CGI, Pokemon CGI, was actually good enough in this world, and they felt believable for me. Another thing, the cast, the rest of the cast apart from Ryan Reynolds, is mainly serviceable. They could have done a better job, but they're not as bad. However, I will say this, the person who played Lucy, a reporter person type, she feels a bit off. I don't know, she felt off to me. Something about her acting doesn't seem to match her character for me. Let's just talk about the worst part of this entire movie, which is the plot. I'm sure everyone said that the plot is so bad. Not so bad. The plot is lacking. The plot could have been improved, and honestly, I don't know what the heck I just watched. The problem with this movie is that it's also a detective movie. Yeah, sure, it can work, but it's also a kid's movie, so of course the mystery would have to be simplified way too much. I'm serious. The moment the antagonist appears on the screen, you're yep, that's the bad guy. Yep, that's definitely the bad guy. You could just tell. But the worst part of the plot is not the first or second act, it's the final act. How do I say it? It's so messy. it's definitely messy. And the villain's motivation, I don't get it. You watch it and you're like, what's his motivation again? I don't get it. Another reason why the final act is also messy is because of they want to put so many twists in there. There are like lots of twists. It's rather than usual, and I don't think most of them worked for me, except for say maybe one. And man, that twist. That I don't think anybody saw that coming. I did not see that one coming. Another thing I have noticed about this is definitely its pacing. Something about its pacing feels a bit rushed. Doesn't feel like right, but it's fine for the most part. From beginning to end, you won't get bored. And for a Pokemon movie, it's pretty good. But if you're a Poke fan, why not check it out? Well, for me personally, I don't know too many things about Pokemon. But for me, I enjoyed it. But of course, some people will not enjoy this. Like, if you try to think that this is a mystery movie, then no, this is not the movie for you at all. But with that in mind, I'm going to give Detective Pikachu a 6.5 out of 10, and I would recommend you to check it out. The second part of this review is John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. So, the John Wick movies are always great for their action scenes. And yep, so that's pretty much it. The first one was good, second one was good, and will the third one be good? Actually, yes, it's actually pretty good. So, John Wick 3 starts off when John Wick Chapter 2 ended. Yeah. It literally just starts off right after John Wick 2. If you don't know how John Wick 2 ended, spoiler alert. John Wick has broken a rule about this world of assassins, and so he is on the run because he has a bounty on his head, and before it's valid, before he's excommunicado, well, he does have a grace period. And it starts during the middle of the grace period. It doesn't start after the grace period or a bit before the grace period, and it's actually a very, very fun. Like, the beginning's like, holy crap, this is a lot of action. But the plot, however, what I think didn't work for me of the plot is definitely what the heck is happening? What direction is this movie going to go? That's the only thing that's a bit confusing me. Like, for the most part, it's good, but then in the middle of it, I just kept on asking myself, so what exactly is John here trying to do? And then when you get the answer, you kind of don't get the answer. I was thinking that this movie was going to go for this direction, but instead it went for another direction. I mean, sure. So for me, I wanted the plot to go in this direction because I thought it was going on this direction because it was more interesting, but instead it went into another direction. But it's still enjoyable. Well, but I thought it could have been better if it went to this direction. But these movies were never too plot heavy anyways. They're always action heavy. So with the plot out of the way, let's talk about the action. They're cool. They're amazing. They're spectacular. I thought the action scenes were amazing, and they're actually very fun to watch. However, the reason why I think that the action scenes work is because every action moments, there is something unique about them. It's kind of creative. And I really like that. Like, there's a set piece, and then you use this action, and it's actually kind of cool. Well, it's like that. And this movie, in terms of action, there's so much action in this movie. This can be a problem to those people who can't handle an abundance of action, but for those who like so much action, I mean, this is the movie for you. You'll have action scenes after action scene. It just keeps on giving. It just gives you more. Just gives the action. It just like you start with an action scene and then you go forward a little bit of the plot, and then the movie's like another action scene, and then you have another action scene. It just keeps on giving. It just keeps on giving the action scenes, which is actually very fun. This is a movie, but of course, in terms of silliness, I mean, when was this series? When were these movies ever very 100% serious? I mean, seriously, we're talking about guy who could kill people with a pencil, okay? But then when the opening scene starts, you're like, dude, this is way too crazy. It's over the top action. If you want, this is definitely the most over the top out of the three movies. And yeah, but based on the plot, the most disappointing part for me is definitely the ending. It is serviceable, but yeah, as an ending, it works, but it's lacking something. For me, it didn't feel right, but as an ending, it's still okay. But apart from that, I'm going to give John Wick a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. And I do recommend you check it out. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you've watched any of these two movies, please comment down below. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. So yeah, I think that's about it. And I will see you another time, so goodbye.